What's going on, everybody? RE Solutions here with our weekly Tidbit Thursdays, and this week we actually have a special Tidbit Thursday because we have a special guest with us today. Tony Diaz from Align Mortgage is going to be with us. He's going to be talking to us about just VA home myths. Basically, he's going to be talking to y'all. We've had his class, his all-day class, and it was awesome. But you're going to get like 15 minutes of it. So I know he does other seminars for those veterans and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he'll let you know of some dates. If not, he'll let you know where to go to find some dates so you can actually go out there and see him in person and get straight information. Or you can always contact us and we can help him out.
On this Saturday, yes. I've already started sending people to.
Oh, did you? Oh, see, there you go.
So you're getting 15 minutes of him, but to be honest, it's not enough.
No.
You really need to see him for a full day to get the full experience.
Yeah, because there's a lot of information.
And to soak it all in, there's so much.
Not only the information, but just the type of individual he is. You know, he loves military. He obviously is a vet himself. He's a prior Marine. We won't hold that against him, but he's a prior Marine.
Maybe tease him about it. That's all.
Daddy.
Yeah, his dad was military, so he holds veterans dear to his heart. So that's what he's been doing for a while now. Actually, his bio right here says he's a prior service Marine, and he is the actual founder and steward of Align Mortgage. He has been in the mortgage industry since 2003, and he's been helping realtors and veterans with the VA home loan since 2005. He has a lot of experience in the VA home loan process, and man, we were just amazed during his class and stuff like that. So for you EXP realtors out there, hopefully you're watching as well. Just a quick glimpse on Tony Diaz and stuff like that.
If you guys ever wondered about VA benefits, the myths and the changes, stay tuned. Listen up.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring Tony here. What's going on, Tony? How are y'all?
Hi, everybody. I'm all the way in Killeen, Texas, and I appreciate you all so much and the kind words that you said. But I'm just a man that's trying to do his best to serve those who have served our country. I am originally from a place I call God's country, but I don't say that no more because I live in God's country now. I live in San Antonio, but I'm originally from Waianae in the island of Hawaii. I started in the mortgage industry in 2003. My father served in Vietnam and Desert Storm as a Marine. My grandfather was in World War II as a Navy sailor, and like they said, I am indeed a prior service United States Marine myself. This VA home loan benefit, I am truly passionate about, and today I'm going to share a little bit of 15 minutes with you about it. But I do want you to know that yes, there is a seminar happening this Saturday. My business partner Chris is doing it. Also, I am certified to do the Military Relocation Professionals designation through SAVEBOR, which I'll be setting up another one, and that's the one the guys came through. And I also teach the VA home loan benefit for the real estate licensee, which is a 3-hour elective class that I teach. We're going to learn and dive into a lot of stuff. So can you guys pop up that PowerPoint and let's get going?
All right.
And I am indeed sorry. I am a crayon Eden Marine, and that's okay. My favorite color is red. If you guys want to give me some crayons. So, all right, let's get this. I don't see the PowerPoint. And here we go. Next slide. So for those of you non-veterans watching, the V in the VA, it actually stands for a veteran. And whether they're active duty, retired, discharged, or reserves, is someone who at one point in their life wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America for an amount up to and including their life. That is indeed honor. And in my opinion, these men and women who are serving our country, they deserve all the help that we could give them in this industry. They sacrifice a lot, and all they're asking us to do is defend their right to use the benefit that they've earned. And let's talk about that benefit. So let's go forward. Next slide. But why do we serve veterans? Well, to be honest with you, less than 0.5% of the population are serving our country currently. Less than 0.5%, and less than 5% have ever served our country. So it's 95% of our country that's living in freedom that has been given to them by the veterans who have served our country. And they deserve this benefit that has been given to them by the government. There's only 19,000 veterans though in the United States right now serving, or who have served. And out of those 19 million veterans who have served, only 15% have used the VA home loan benefit, leaving 16 million who have not. The answer to why that is a lack of education. Because as veterans, if we're honest, while we're on active duty, it's mission, learn about your stuff later. Well, for most veterans, like my dad, later never came. That man did 10 tours in 25 years and died in a hospital bed at the age of 66 years old, not owning a piece of the country that he defended. Why? Man, a lot of reasons. One is he really didn't think he could buy a home. Even his son, who has taught over 150,000 veterans, couldn't convince that man to buy a home. And that's unfortunate. But there's lots of him out there. Next slide. So ask the question, if you're a real estate agent, when you come across somebody in town, did you serve our country? And if you did, do you know how powerful the VA home loan benefit is? Next slide. Some of the myths about the benefit. One myth is that a lot of people think that a seller has to pay a bunch of closing costs in a veteran's loan. And I'll tell you a secret, ever since I've been in the mortgage industry since 2003, never has a seller been required to pay a single penny in a veteran's closing costs. It is indeed a myth. There's these things that people have heard of. It's called non-allowable expenses. And non-allowable expenses only comes into play if a lender is charging a veteran 1% in loan origination. Now, 1% of a $400,000 home is $4,000. Well, I would hope that if you're charging a veteran $4,000, you're not charging him anything else, because there's no reason why. If I was the veteran, I would never pay a loan origination. In fact, my company has made it a point that we do not charge lender fees on veteran loans. So if you're a veteran or you have a veteran, we don't charge lender fees. So there's no processing fees, underwriting fees, tax service fees. We don't even charge for the appraisal and the flood certification that's required. So seller does not have to pay closing costs. Unpermitted improvements disqualify a home. That's not true either. There's two things that need to happen with a house that's not completely permitted. Number one, no value can be given to that unpermitted part of the home. And then the veteran just has to sign a hold harmless letter to the VA. But they can indeed buy that home. Appraisals come in low, or the VA appraisers are strict. Would you all believe me when I tell you that there is absolutely zero appraisers on the VA payroll? All these appraisers are independent contractors that do conventional loans, FHA loans, and USDA loans. The wonderful thing about the VA appraisal system is that it's the only one that allows you to give more comps to the appraiser when they think that the value is going to come in low. It's called a Tidewater notice that we receive as the lender. We ask the agents to give us these additional comps, send it in, and if they feel that there's something that they didn't see, then they increase the value. If they don't, we get the low appraisal. Then there's one more thing that VA has that most don't. It's called a option to get reconsideration of value. So a reconsideration of value is the veterans requesting that VA look at this thing and say, hey, wait a minute, I saw a bunch of houses that were had less rooms, less whatever, and that sold for more money than this house that I want to buy. Can you look at it? And if VA says that it's worth more money, then they can increase the value also. So an appraisal is an appraisal, in my opinion. It's one person's opinion in valuation. It isn't different from conventional to VA. In fact, I think it's better because of the VA policies. It takes too long to close a VA loan. That's absolutely false. It takes less than 30 days to close a VA loan. It might take other lenders a longer time, but that's just their things. Because here's what you need to know. The VA themselves isn't the one loaning the money. Lenders loan money. The VA has a set of guidelines. Lenders have overlays or restrictions on the guidelines. So debt to income ratios are overlays. credit scores are overlays. The type of homes could be overlays. There's so many overlays that other lenders might have. Our only overlay that we have with a VA loan is the FICO score requirement. We do require a FICO score. It is 600. But I'll tell you that we have gotten exceptions done at 544 and as low as 480. Now, there was extenuating circumstances on the guy with the 480, but we were able to do his loan where other lenders could not. The reason why is because they had all these overlays or restrictions on those guidelines. It can only be used once. That's not true. A veteran can buy a home, sell a home, and use it all over again. They can also buy a home, keep it so long that they paid it off on a one-time option, get their certificate restored in full, and they can go buy another home 100% financing and count the rental income in the house they're leaving. And then the third way is if they're buying a home and they already have their certificate tied up in a home, let's say in North Carolina for $200,000, well, the limit would be $548,250. They used $200,000. They have $348,250 they can use again and have two VA loans at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and let's see. You can only be used for purchases. That's not true either. The VA loan has this thing called the VA Streamline Refinance. So a VA loan to VA loan, a veteran could refinance their home, no appraisal, no income verification, no asset verification, roll their closing costs into the new loan and get the new low rate. It's powerful. There is a thing called the cash out refinance, but we won't talk about it in Texas because of the but we're going to fight that thing. So if you are a senator or something listening of Texas, can you please make sure you get a hold of me on Facebook because I want to talk to you about this. And then it can only finance up to $548,250. The answer to that is false. If you are a veteran that has your full certificate of eligibility intact, there is no loan limit. So if you make decent money and you want to buy a home in the Dominion for $2 million, you can buy that $2 million home with no down payment, no mortgage insurance. If you're a disabled veteran, you would have no funding fee. That market is so untapped. The VA luxury market, for some reason, they don't think veterans like me make good money that they can afford to buy homes like that, but they can, and they can do it with no money down. $2 million, $3 million. If they got their full certificate, there's no loan limit. Those are some of the myths that we squash. Yeah, I know. You guys like that one.
Slap me.
Yes. So in Hawaii, just so you know, when I started educating veterans and real estate agents, is because my first home I bought, the lender never asked me, did I serve my country? All he asked was, Tony, how much money do you have? And so I told him, and he gave me an FHA loan. And guys, I was so excited about getting that loan because I was the first person in my family to own real estate back then. And I got that loan and I got in the mortgage industry. They said, Tony, learn these three types of loans: conventional loans, FHA loans, and VA loans. And I said, what's a VA loan? And when they told me, I said, oh, man, how do I not know this? I would still have my 10 grand in the bank and my payments would have been $200 less a month. So I made it my point. All right, I'm going to learn everything I can about it and then I'm going to teach it. And so I got offered an opportunity to go in front of 75 Air National Guard men and women at Hickam Air Force Base. And after talking to them for 2 hours, I realized, man, they don't know much either. And that's when I knew there's a void in our society right now that veterans are not educated about their benefits. And this is my company's mission, is to change the way veterans are served in this country, period. And as you can see, in 2005, the percentage of VA loans being done on all purchases in Honolulu was 1.83%. That's it, 1.83%, 15% of the population are veterans. 2010, it went to 10.39, 2015, 20.75, and last year it represented 27.35% of all purchases being done on the island of Oahu. That is what education can do and change the way veterans are served. So if you're a veteran and you don't know the ins and outs of your VA home loan benefit, give me a call, sign up for the seminar. You can go to AlignMortgage.com, talk to the guys. Man, I plan on doing a seminar with EXP one day. I hope you guys are going to set that up. I'm going to educate for you. We're going to rock some veterans worlds. All right, what's next?
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll have to bring that up with our broker, Rick.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure because I don't know if you know much about EXP, but EXP is virtual. We don't have any offices or anything. It's all virtual. We have a virtual world. So all of our training is done it's actually called the World. You have little avatars and stuff like that you go to different classrooms as an avatar sitting in a seat. It's kind of cool. But I'm pretty sure Rick would love to have you on there one day. We'll have to create you a little guest avatar and put you out there in your little Hawaiian shirt.
There you go. Yeah, man. And
And check last.
we do a lot of education on on Zoom because of COVID. Hawaii is still kind of on lockdown, so we're not able to do live seminars. So that's great for me because of being in San Antonio now. I can educate in Hawaii at any time, so we can do it that way too if that works for you guys. What's next?
I don't know what's on your slide. Let's see.
Yeah, there we go. What people don't know about with veterans is why don't they buy homes? And the reason why they don't buy homes is truly fear. They're afraid to make a bad decision. And most of the time it's because they think prices of homes are too expensive, or they think that I'm only going to be here 3 years. But in reality, they get this thing called BAH, which is non-taxable income for housing that they could use to buy a house with, pay interest on their mortgage, and write it off against their taxable money. And I know it just blows your mind that you can buy something with tax-free money, pay interest on it, and write it off against your taxable money. Only in the great United States of America can you do that. So this is just the median sales price of Bexar County in 2003 was 107, 2010 142, 2015 180, and 2020 was 235. Now the question is, if you are truly a San Antonian and you don't own real estate yet, what do you think is going to happen to the prices of homes one day? And the theory that I have is simple because I've seen it in Hawaii. It's happened. But in Dallas-Fort Worth, it used to be separated, Dallas and then Fort Worth. And Fort Worth was really inexpensive back in the day. But today, Dallas-Fort Worth is expensive all over Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, there is going to be a thing, I think, called Austin-Tonio. So Austin and San Antonio is going to merge, and there's going to be expensive prices of homes there. And there's going to be a Corpus Christi-Tonio and a Houston-Tonio, and all these places are going to merge one day. I know we have a bunch of land and thinks like, man, that's pie in the sky. That's not going to happen. Take a look. It's happened in other cities in Texas. So if you really want to own a piece of this country, you should start as soon as you possibly can. Now, buying a house in every place that you're stationed isn't always the right thing, but knowing where your money is going should be mandatory. And we'll teach you that stuff and help you to buy a home the right way versus the wrong way. So San Antonio can become a means to one's end. Appreciation versus cash flow, depending on where you're at with your finances. But how do you attract veteran clients if you're a real estate agent or veterans? Who should you work with? People that focus on serving veterans. If you focus on serving veterans, what you focus on will expand. I promise you that. Be intentional and ask questions. And then partner with veteran-centric organizations. There's VSO companies that you can support, donate monies to. Just go out and help veterans. And I promise you, they are the most loyal customers that you could find.
Yes.
And they're the most deserving of owning a piece of the country, right? Who else should own a piece of it other than somebody who's defended it? Next slide, please. I believe that's all I got for you in this 15 minutes. I hope that's the time I took. I can't tell.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Hold on. Let me get on here. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome information. Like I told everybody before, I mean, his class, we actually took the MRP class because we're trying to all get our MRP certification and stuff like that. So we took that all day class with him and we were just amazed with everything. So yeah, great information. 15 minutes is not enough.
No.
It's not enough.
There was so much information, almost I feel like left out when we took
Yeah.
the class.
Yeah.
That just had to be squeezed in. So if you have the opportunity, try to go tomorrow's, right?
It's
Saturday.
Saturdays.
There's we'll post a link in the comments, and so you guys can go directly there, because you do need to register, because guess what? They're also going to give you lunch.
Yeah.
We are going to serve you and teach you about your VA benefits. You know,
They feed you
and
too.
feed you too.
You said Chris is doing it?
Yeah, my partner Chris Cano, he's a Navy veteran. Chris and I are we complement each other very well. Chris, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. Chris is more of an extrovert, and so he's higher energy. I'm supposedly more calm.
Really?
But he's from San Antonio, man. He's the one that started the branch in San Antonio with me. He loves veterans, and he's going to do a really amazing job tomorrow or Saturday. Saturday at 10:00. It's at our Summit Parkway branch. So that's where the main branch of the Align Mortgage is. We have also a headquarters where you guys went to on Farranon. That's where our headquarters building is. And then we have branches all across the United States to serve veterans in almost every state. So we're here to serve you, or we're here just to educate you. Whatever you need, I want to help veterans. Let's change the way they're served. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
You have any questions?
I was saying, do we have any comments or questions?
No real comment. Well, we got just comments about
About how great the VA is.
the VA loan at the time. Yeah.
So Tony, I was just gonna say, Pete has been in the business for a while, and I've been doing this for a while, and we all came in like, okay, we're gonna get this, we're gonna do this class. We kind of know a lot about VA already, and I have to say, we were all impressed in how much knowledge we got from this class. We were surprised, and the class just put us on fire to really help veterans at this point. So I want to say thank you. Yes, 15 minutes is not enough, but I hope that people who watch this understand that there's so much to that VA benefit that we haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah.
And you said something that's so true, because Denise and I, we actually didn't purchase our first home till we were like 15 years in the military.
Yes.
And we came to San Antonio back in 2008, and we came and we bought a home with the VA loan. Our realtor really didn't know much about the VA loan.
Yes.
We had another mortgage company, sorry, but
well, they weren't even.
yeah,
I was only in Hawaii back then, so
you were only in Hawaii, so it's all good. But the reason we didn't purchase was because, one, we didn't know. We didn't know the process of purchasing a home. We thought it would be too expensive, or we couldn't afford it, or it was going to be a hassle. And the other thing was, I was still active duty, right? So I didn't know, well, if we purchase a home and I have to leave, what's going to happen with the home, kind of thing. So we waited, which, it was dumb on our part and stuff. We actually run a property management business, and working with property owners under property management, I've seen a lot of young military individuals actually purchase homes at different locations while they're PCSing, and they have rental homes in different places, and they're setting themselves up financially for the future, which is awesome to see. I wish we were as smart as that.
Yes.
But yes, you brought up that point, and I know during the class you brought up two things that you need to know about before you purchase a home when you're active duty like that, right? And so what were those points again?
So there's always two things somebody needs to think about when they're not going to live in a home permanently. And number one is, can you buy the house, sell the house, and get your money back before you leave? Well, with a veteran that's only going to be someplace for 3 years, buying a house with a funding fee of 2.3%, they're financing 102.3. Then 3 years later, they want to sell it. They pay commission of whatever that commission is. Let's just say it's 6%, and then 1% to escrow company. Well, chances are that's going to be very risky to think that they're going to be able to sell it factually, right? So if rule number 1 doesn't apply, what is rule number 2? And rule number 2 says, well, if I can't sell my house, how much was my mortgage again? How much can I rent this house out for? And we're doing this when they're buying the home, not when they're PCSing and saying, oh, I need to rent my house out now. No. Before they buy the house, how much is my mortgage? How much can I rent it out for? And can I afford to pay the difference if there is any? If the answer is yes, then buying that house makes sense. But if the answer is no, they should be running away from that house as fast as they can, because it will become their nightmare house. Majority of all people that get in trouble with real estate is because they buy too much house that long-term they can't afford. The market is cyclical. It'll go up and it'll go down, but it doesn't really go all the way down to the bottom again. It goes up, like in a wave going up and to the right. And long-term investments of real estate, that's what every millionaire, billionaire in the United States has in their portfolio. If you don't have real estate, then chances are it's going to be harder to get into that classification. Now, I'm not saying money is everything. But money is like oxygen. We all need it, right? The love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. Money itself gives us options. Money itself allows us to change people's lives, give to others, and to serve others in ways that, my company doesn't have to do education. I could just do the loans and just make money. But I'm traveled to Killeen. I'm going to Vegas next weekend. I'm going to be in Atlanta in the end of August, and then I'll be in Missouri in September. Why?
What's happening with you?
I don't need to travel to do loans, but until that 85% is veterans that have used their benefit and 15% who have not, we got work to do. And here we go.
I love your purpose. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
that is a real good point, that you have to think about that as far as those two things prior to actually making a sale. Because as property managers, we've talked to a lot of military individuals that want to rent out their house because they're PCSing and it's a last minute thing for them and stuff like that. And they have to realize that a rental market and their mortgage, or the rental payment and their mortgage, don't always coincide.
Right.
So if their mortgage is, $1,800 a month, and we could only rent it out for $1,400, that's what the market is bearing, right? I mean, it's not always the same. So I know for the first 2 years when we rented out our house, we had to drop in an additional $150, $200 out of our pocket to make up the difference for the mortgage. We didn't think about that, before we purchased the house.
It did change my mindset on it too, because I always do it for my investors. Like, let's see how much you can rent this bad boy for, and I'm like, that makes complete sense to do it for my veterans.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
You guys are awesome.
I also loved what you touched on there, Tony, for from the generational wealth kind of concept, right? We've got these veterans that they might have come from very humble beginnings, purchasing that home, whether it be one or two. When it comes time for them to pass, their children now have these homes to be passed on to them.
Yep.
So they're not necessarily having to start from the bottom like dad did or mom did. There's that extra step that they have available to them now.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth, so that we can, potentially push that family or your heritage, your family up in a better light for the future.
Yeah.
Legacy.
That.
Legacy building is what we call it. I wore this hat today on purpose. We are hope dealers. We give people hope that your life can change, and I guarantee you, if we are able to change your life, your kids' lives are going to change. Because I got into this industry and I read a silly book once, it got me thinking I need to buy real estate. And it made me fall in love with real estate to the point where my wife quit her job, became a realtor in Hawaii. And then I quit my job and became a loan officer in Hawaii. Now she just does my books for me at Align Mortgage because she has a degree in accounting, thank God. But you know, that has set up my two daughters to be able to inherit the property we own in Hawaii, here in Texas. You know, we just closed on 70 acres of land and a house in Hildebrandt down in off of 410. You know, man, they're visiting. My grandchildren are here. This is all going to be one day yours. And there is something amazingly special when somebody's soul knows that this is our land. And I get to keep this in my family for generations and generations. And we don't have to struggle like I had to do growing up, and my dad had to do growing up, and my grandfather had to do growing up. We can change the lives of our generations. It starts though with first learning about the benefit, then making an intelligent decision on buying a home the right way, and then going for the next one and the next one, next one. Once you get the first one, I promise you, the scariness goes away, the fear goes away, because you're living it now. So it's not, you're not afraid of it. The fear comes from the unknown. How you conquer fear is to know as much as you can about that thing. And once you do, man, you can dominate it. And now it becomes the thing that changes many lives, you know?
Yeah. Preach it, Brother Tony.
I was like, it got deep up in here, man.
You're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yes.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming on here, Tony. We need to hook up so you can tell us exactly how we can help out even more with veterans, because we're trying to get out there a little bit more than just real estate kind of stuff. Yes, we like to make money, but yeah, there's a deeper purpose in life, and we, as you get older, we find that out, right? So so
amen.
All 4 to 5 of us are veterans. Denise obviously is a veteran's wife.
But
that means I held it down.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
And we truly want to help our fellow veterans and stuff like that. Just FYI for you too, we actually went to a facility called Pause for Purple Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, have you heard of them?
I have heard of
Okay.
them.
Yeah, they invited us to their facility to go check them out and stuff like that. They have like 8 dogs right now that they're training. And the best thing about that program for me was that they actually have wounded warriors come out to help train the dogs for other wounded warriors.
For other vets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's an awesome program. For those of you who don't know it, you can Google Pause for Purple Hearts. They're always looking for volunteers, puppy parents, obviously donations and stuff like that. And they also have some events that they're going to come up with, and they're going to need some help with it as well. So, but those are some of the things that we're trying to do. And we would love to hook up with you, Tony, and see what other avenues we can work with as far as helping out vets.
Vets helping vets.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Keep it moving forward.
Exactly. So
I am down to help you all in any way, shape, or form that means we can help more veterans. Let's do it. Let me know. You got my number. Let's set up an appointment. Let's talk about it, and let's game plan on how we're going to educate and help veterans make intelligent decisions, man.
that's awesome.
Sounds
Awesome.
like a plan.
All right, Tony. Well, thank you. I know you're busy, and Colleen, you have to get ready for your event and stuff like that. So we will talk to you hopefully soon and try to hook up maybe when you get back in town or something.
Thank you, guys. God
Thank
bless.
you so much.
All right, Tony. Take care.
All right.
Oh, you didn't have to turn it off yet on the
Okay,
button.
go ahead.
Because I was going to say goodbye. So obviously we've had a lot of good information here with Tony Diaz from Align Mortgage. Hopefully we get more guests. Actually, we do want to get those Pause for Purple Hearts people in here so we can do our own little Tidbit Thursday with them. Awesome information.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, you can contact us. The numbers and all that stuff will be downstairs.
Downstairs.
We'll be in the description. It'll also be in our YouTube channel.
And I was gonna say, if you know veterans, share this. I mean,
yes,
this is such powerful information. We do these tidbit Thursdays. We could take this time and be doing other things that make us money, like lead generate, show houses, but we choose
don't tell
every
Nolly.
Thursday.
Go ahead. Nolly will
We
be pissed off
choose
if we're-
every Thursday to talk to you and we want to bring information to you. We want to be advocates and educators. And just the lenders that we know, I mean, they're all just so great. They want to help our clients.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously
So share.
he's not the only lender we work with, but he is the VA advocate kind of person. So, but yeah, you have a lot of great information, and hopefully we'll have more great information later on. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining us. Right now we're at 35 minutes, which is
It's
pretty
okay.
long for us, but
It's okay.
we had
No, it's not.
a good time.
It's
it is.
okay because
All right.
Tony. Bye. See
All right,
you
y'all.
next Thursday.
Take care. Bye.